Also, I discussed about the validation criteria of dried blood spot sampling, why it is more good or more important or more easier than conventional sampling. Uh, there are two methods of validation. One is analytical validation and second is clinical validation. Analytical validation is by method development, like how you are extracting your drug of interest from the dried blood spot sampling. Like different methods are developed to extract drugs, isoniazid or rifampicin or etc. uh, uh, Different method development like HPLC coupled with mass spectrometry, or like liquid chromatography coupled with mass spectrometry. Liquid chromatography includes high pressure liquid chromatography or sometimes ultra pressure liquid chromatography. Ultra pressure liquid chromatography is different from high pressure liquid chromatography. Ultra pressure liquid chromatography uses a very high pressure in pascals. I think more than 40 Pascal around, but it is more a very sensitive method, more pressure in column used in the ultra pressure liquid chromatography. But in HPLC in column, very some low pressure used. Also gas chromatography uh, coupled with what to say, a mass spectrometry. uh, like uh, Mass spectrometry actually uh, further analyze the traces of drug separately, uh, by mass spectrum. There is a detector of the HPLC or ultra pressure liquid chromatography or gas chromatography. Their detector is actually attached with the mass spectrometer, or mass spectrum chromatography instrument. I studied chromatography also, because chromatography is linked with the dried blood spot sampling extraction methods. Also there is problem like analytical validation is okay, uh, but there is problem in clinical validation. Clinical validation is like what is the clinical validation? Clinical validation is comparison between conventional sampling result and dried blood spot sampling result, to check whether our result by dried blood spot sampling is equal or okay with the conventional sampling result. The conventional venous blood sampling, that is known as blood plasma sampling or blood plasma concentration checking. uh, Actually, in clinical validation, we compare the results of dried blood spot and conventional sampling, to check whether the results are going okay or similar. If there is problem in results, then our dried blood spot sampling is method is not okay. There is any problem going on or something wrong in our method, so we change the method development, like our we change our analytical method due to differences in result. Analytical method means something there is wrong in filter paper material, or something there is wrong in HPLC, or solvent is not good, we change the solvent, solvent of extraction. Like in chromatography we use uh, extracting solvent, and like first stationary phase and mobile phase and analyte. In chromatography, these three things are very important. Stationary phase is like material of dried blood spot filter paper, that is almost cellulose, and mobile phase is solvent, extracting solvent, and analyte is our sample from which we want to extract our drug of interest. So something there is wrong in the solvent or mobile phase or stationary phase, or our detecting method like chromatography method. So we change our method, validation method. If there is wrong, the comparison between the result of dried blood spot and conventional sampling is not going okay. And what to say that the clinical validation comparison is done by linear regression. Linear regression or Bablock regression. It is known as Bablock regression, or Altman graph is plotted. Like uh, yeah, blunt Altman plot is plotted between result of dried blood spot and conventional sampling. So if the regression, linear regression or Bablock regression or blunt Altman plot is going linear correlation, if the correlation is going linear, then the result is okay, our method is okay. Otherwise we change the uh, our method of extraction, uh, method of detection. So the problem is clinical validation. In dried blood spot, problem is agreement of conventional sampling and dried blood spot sampling. The agreement always there is a difference, little bit difference. So we need to be very careful according to clinical validation. Like yeah, agreement between dried blood spot and plasma serum concentrations is not always understood, and further investigations are required. So need to be very careful according to clinical validation. Otherwise, dried blood spot sampling is a good technique. Further, I will discuss in next video.